2 days ago, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre put a message out on X that said, "I look forward to defunding the CBC." I'm glad to hear him repeat that. He has said that in the past, but not in the recent past. And you always wonder a little bit about a politician when they get close to power, whether they're going to pull their punches, whether they're going to go back on some of their promises that are considered more radical than others. But Poilievre said no. I look forward to defunding the CBC. And then to add insult to injury, he said, and I look forward to turning their headquarters on Front Street in Toronto into housing. I think that's great. I think the CBC needs to be defunded. It's arrogant, it's out of touch, it's left-wing, and yet all of us have to kick in money every time we pay our taxes to fund the $1.4 billion annual subsidy that the CBC gets from Ottawa. $1.4 billion a year to fund the CBC, to tell us, particularly those of us who lean conservative, that we're wrong about everything, that we're ignorant, that we're racist, that we're homophobic, that we aren't worthy of being Canadian. I'm sick and tired of the CBC, and I'm glad that Poilievre is prepared to continue on his promise to defund the state broadcaster. It's about time. There is no function the CBC has that cannot be fulfilled by a private broadcaster. And indeed, it would be easier for private broadcasters to fulfill a lot of the CBC's mandate if the CBC got out of the way. The CBC not only gets $1.4 billion a year in subsidies from taxpayers, it also takes up advertising revenues that would go to the private broadcasters who took its place. So it's way beyond time to defund the CBC. But what caused Poilievre to reaffirm his promise to get rid of the CBC? It was the fact that Catherine Tate, the CEO, the president of the CBC, has several occasions misled the House of Commons or a House of Commons committee about the bonuses the CBC pays. An access to information request from the Canadian Taxpayers Federation found out in June that the CBC has given all 1,200 of its managers bonuses for the 23-24 fiscal year. All of them. And Tate still maintains that no one at the CBC gets a bonus. All they get is performance pay. This is potatoes. It's the same thing. The 46 senior executives at the CBC got bonuses on average $65,000 above and beyond their regular pay, which is already very high. $65,000 extra last year. And the other 1,100 managers and assorted other senior people at the CBC got an average of $12,000. Does your employer give you an extra $1,000 a month and say, no, that's not a bonus, it's just part of your pay? Try telling CRA, try telling the Canada Revenue Agency that that's not a bonus and shouldn't be taxed at the bonus rate. It's ridiculous. It's dishonest. And because of the bias and the dishonesty at the CBC and the way it distorts the Canadian media landscape, Poilievre's right. It's time for the CBC to go. For Post Media, I'm Lorne Gunter.